What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the new special edition of the Believe in Oregon podcast, live and direct on Show Us TV, brought to you by Prize Picks. I'm Zachary Neal. You know my co-host, Jonathan Stewart. We are hoping to bring on a third guest, Tysheem Johnson, an Oregon Ducks safety, later tonight. We're having some technical difficulties getting him on to start, so it's just me and Jay Stu to start. Jay Stu, what's up, man? How we doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's we got off to a bumpy start here, but we're going, we're here. Let's do this, huh?
Absolutely, man. There's always beauty in the struggle.
Beauty and the struggle for sure. So we got a good show. Tysheem, um, you've had a couple of weeks off since beating Penn State in the Big Ten championship. You're home for the holidays right now. How are you feeling, both physically and mentally, after this time off?
Both physically and mentally, definitely in a good space. Mentally, got some time to get away from football, not too much, but a little bit. Spend some time with your loved ones. And then physically, just more time to heal, recovery. Had a long season, so body's banged up. Had more time to heal, so back feeling good.
Yeah, speaking of physically, right? What you been eating? You been eating good? You eating bad?
No, I actually been eating good. What we
All
eat,
right. I know you back at home.
yeah.
I know you gotta get some good cooking.
Yeah, my grandma they gonna cook on the holidays.
Okay.
I'm eat a little bit of that, but I'm being mindful, you know.
Good, man.
Tashib, let's talk about Ohio State. I mean, fans have been dying to see this rematch since back in October. What was the reaction like for you among your teammates when Ohio State won on Saturday night and it set up this matchup?
Uh, we were ready to play either or. Excited for another chance to see them again. I know the world kind of probably think the first game was a fluke, so why not go do it again?
That's a good mentality.
That is a great mentality. What are your thoughts on this game and just specifically your position? Last time you guys played Ohio State, going against that receiving core, that was the best one that y'all seen up to date. Got some real special players on that side of the ball too. So, everything that you guys have learned from in that game going into this game, can you give us some insight there?
Yeah, basically they got some great players on their team. We also got some good players as well. So, as far as that aspect, I would just say it's gonna be about who wanted more. We both gonna come to play. Um, they're gonna bring their best. We're gonna bring our best, and it's gonna be about who could execute the little details more, who could not get the dumb penalties. Stuff like that is gonna be the key factor in the games like this.
Tashim, going into this year, you knew that it'd be a long season. Obviously, you could play up to 16, 17 games. What's it been like actually going through that and feeling the length of the season and knowing that you guys have played, 13 games now, you can still have three more. What's that like?
Yeah, well, for us the break was critical. So around after the Big Ten championship, that's when me and a couple other teammates, we was like, dang, we see what it feel like now to have like a super long season. We still got a couple more to go. How our bodies will show them, but like we said earlier, the break got some time off, get our minds right to go handle this.
What's the message from Dan Lanning while you guys are over break?
So what's the message?
From Dan Lanning while y'all on break, while you guys are on break.
Oh yeah, we on break, but that don't take away from us still going over our play calls, still getting extra filming, still working. So yeah, we on break, but that mindset still shouldn't change.
Tashim, what does this stage mean for, the Big Ten as a whole? I mean, you got two of the best teams in the nation, both Big Ten teams. This is, considered the preeminent matchup of college football right now. Kind of what does that mean for you guys and what does it mean for your conference?
Yeah, it means a lot. That's what's putting on for the Big Ten. Oregon and us, we definitely putting on. This is our first year in the Big Ten, and we doing some big things right now. So Just putting Big Ten on the map, putting them as one of the best conferences in college football. So, yeah, just backing them up right now. Two of the best teams about to face off.
Yeah, I hear that, bro. Um, speaking of, being, on top of the world right now, you're number one in the nation, Big Ten, first year. But everyone right now is saying Ohio State has the upper hand. You know, I
Right.
don't know if you're a guy that, was built on a chip, playing with a chip on your shoulder, having that, second, reason why you want to go out there and inflict pain. But what does that, what does that make you feel when you hear people saying Ohio State is favored over Oregon at this point in the season after you guys proven yourselves for so long?
Just more fuel to the fire. All year we've been doubted. We talk about it all week. We got a saying in our room called FIBA. Um, y'all go figure that without with. But basically, as always, we've been doubted all year. Everybody, as all the outside noise, is some reason they're always against us. But we just put our head down and go to work. We don't worry about nobody else. But what we got in our room, our staff, our players, we put it all on display on the field. That's why we.
Tysheem, I want to talk about some of your backstory a little bit. Your transfer from Ole Miss to Oregon. What was the most, what was it that attracted you the most to Eugene when entering the transfer portal a year ago?
The coach, the staff, and their experience with being in the NFL, like Coach Todd Sopoy, Coach Dan Lannon, just being the DC at Georgia, having that crazy season when they had one of the best defenses. Just coming in and learning to being around players and coaches that had the same end goal, if that makes sense. All chasing the same things, and that kind of stood out when I came on my visit. I could see that clear as day, and yeah, it just felt like family ever since.
Just do you got anything?
I wanted to go back and explain to people that don't know what FIBU is. It really means forget everybody but us.
And that forget
I
has an
forget
asterisk.
has an asterisk. Yeah. So, I love that attitude. It's the chip. And that's what I was, getting at earlier. I love the energy because really Oregon has been slighted for so long. Even in our better years, we've just always come up short. And I truly believe, this Oregon team is different. It's special in all facets of the game, and I really want to get your take on the defensive line and what they mean to you as a cover guy.
Oh, they mean everything. They my dogs, man. Them guys up front, Eric. We watch them go to work week in and week out in practice, grind their butts off, and they make it way easier on us to cover because if the quarterback only got 2 seconds, then shit, that's less time we got to cover. So
Yeah.
it's a blessing to have those guys up front, and we definitely wouldn't be in this team without them.
What's your take is on you know Ohio State's core receiving group.
They got a good receiving group all across the board, so it's just gonna bring us to bring our A game. Make sure we gotta make sure we up for the challenge. We
Yeah.
will.
So when you talk about bringing A game, what are some of the things that a guy like um what's his name? I'm drawing a blank.
Are you talking about Jeremiah?
Jeremiah.
Parr?
Yeah. The freshman boy.
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Like as far as like his, what makes him good? You know what I'm saying? And what are the things that when you say I gotta bring my A game, as far as Jeremiah Smith goes, like what about his game, when you say you gotta bring your A game, right? What about his game, strikes you as I gotta do this better or I gotta be ready for this? What are those things, as far as bringing your A game? Tell us a little bit more insight about that.
I wouldn't necessarily say that we have to do anything that's differently, but we have to definitely rely on our training and technique. Definitely just attack our technique throughout the whole game, have our eyes in the right spot. Gotta have good eye discipline, and restrict back to our trainer. That's basically what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. He's a
It
big
looks like
he's a big physical receiver, and I guess like leverage, right? Having leverage the whole time, having good feet, bringing your hips on everything, right? Stuff like that, and being active with your hands, right? Yep. I used to hang out with the D boys back in the day. You ever heard of the D boys?
Nah,
Jairus Bird, Patrick Chung, Walter Thurman, them guys.
I never heard of them.
Ever heard of the D boys?
hey, it looks like we have a fan question.
You said that a fan question. I'm here.
Go ahead when you're ready.
Tysheem, what does it mean to you to play in such like a legendary bowl game in college football and in such a legendary college football stadium in the Rose Bowl?
To watch these type of games when I was a little kid, I still remember that Georgia game. I think they was playing Oklahoma. The recent, most legendary one I remember. Just being able to play on this amazing stage, amazing bowl game. As I got older, it's kind of like surreal. Think that you'll never get a chance to do as a young kid, and I'm about to get a chance to do this. So I'm definitely grateful. Super blessed to be able to be there.
Thank you for the question, Tyler. Appreciate it. Tysheem, who do you model your game after when you look at great safeties? Who do you want to play like?
Wild guy, Buda Baker, Ed Reed. Them two kind of my favorites. I like them.
Yeah, I just actually saw Buda Baker here in Charlotte. They played the Panthers this past weekend, and one of the things I love about Buda is he's not really big in size, but he plays big.
Right.
And I think that's the most important factor when it comes to who's going to be on that field. You got to have guys no matter what the size is, you got to play big because even big guys sometimes they play small.
Another guy like that, Tysheem, that's a smaller guy but plays big, is your fellow teammate Jabbar Muhammad. What can you say about him coming to the Ducks and kind of what he's meant to that defensive backfield this year?
That's my guy, man. I mean, everything to us. He's a baller. Come to work every week. We hang out on a lot on the outside of practice and stuff too. So that's one close friend of mine.
Can you tell me a little bit about Nico? There's been stories going around that Nico and some of the defensive guys were sick during the Big Ten championship game. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, he was. He just woke up. We got to the hotel the night before. We was all in the room. Before we went back to our room to go to bed, he was perfectly fine. Wake up to have me the next day. He was sick. I'm like, dang, bro, you about to have a flu game. Watch you gonna have a crazy game. I'm out there. He gave up a little early. Next thing you know, made the biggest play we needed all night.
Yeah, it did.
And that play, we see that happen at practice all the time. So it wasn't even too much of a shocker.
Tysheem, being in the locker room for so long in my life, I know how important it is to have a brotherhood. And it sounds like you guys have one, especially in that secondary. You came in 2023 from Ole Miss. What was that transition like for yourself coming to the University of Oregon? And what about, University of Oregon, Eugene? What about that place is so special?
Yeah, I would say the transition. The people made it easy. I would say the players, the coaching staff, they make it like home. I really gelled with a close friend last year. He passed away not too long ago. His name was Kyrie. We became real close, like a real brother. So he made it easier to be at Oregon. And I would just play like just the people and how they treat you. They kind of make Oregon song like special. I go around and say I'm gonna be the store, so I'm gonna be the nice person. I ain't gonna be rude because of my color or something of that nature. So that's what I would say makes it easier to be there.
All right, before we go any further, I need to read this ad and pay the bills a little bit. I want to tell you guys about our presenting sponsor for this episode, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You can pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long with Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Make your holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my pick hits, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. Join now because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December. They're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Pixmas. Download the app today and use code SHOWUS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, download the app today and use code SHOWUS to get $50 off instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. All right, Tysheem, let's start to close out with this. I just want to ask you some non-X's and O's stuff.
Mhm.
Tysheem, who is the most fashionable player on the team?
Fashionable, like with swag, like drip.
Yeah, who's got the best drip?
Me.
Of course you're gonna say that. I knew it.
Yeah. What you be wearing, man? You be wearing dunks, J's? What you got going on?
Got on the Jordan 3s right now that just came on tomorrow ago. I got the cement, so I think I'm not cement, these are black and gray. I'll be wearing a lot of the designer stuff. Dollars, Harry, Chrome Heart, stuff like that. I like to get dressed a lot.
Yeah.
Who's the second most fashionable on the team?
Second most fashionable, Dalen Austin.
Oh, okay.
Right. Who is the biggest trash talker on the team?
Y'all probably know the answer.
Who, Tez?
No, it's not Ted. Biggest trash talker, I would say my guy, Tysheem.
Yeah, had to be Trayshawn.
Yeah.
Who's someone on the team that you wish would trash talk more? Like they're good enough, you just wish they would talk more. Because I've got an answer in mind.
Trash talk more. I'll probably say, definitely East Stu.
You think so? East Stu, really? I thought he talked a lot.
Who would you say?
I was gonna say Mateo. That guy needs to speak up a little bit.
No, you got a good answer.
You think
Hey,
Mateo?
Mateo be making some beats, I heard, man. Making some music.
Yeah, he cool guy. It's crazy. He dog on the field, but like he a cool guy. I'm
He's
kind
too
of like
nice.
that too. But
Yeah.
he like nice. Yeah, he like nice guy.
Nice guy. The,
But
Hey,
no, I
because
think
his dad is the
because
loudest
I
you'll
feel
ever
like-
see on Twitter too.
I say he's Stu because I feel like he's still really a dog, and I see him in practice. Like he'll do something crazy in practice, but like he never gonna like talk crazy after. Just gonna line up and do it again. I respect that about him.
yeah.
Like, he hot, talk a little, just a little more.
Yeah.
I like
What's the funniest Dan Lanning story you can tell us?
funniest Dan Lennon story. Ah man. Kind of put me on the spot there.
I know I did. I thought
Yeah,
I'd
you
bring
ain't,
something out
you
of
ain't
you.
gotta talk. You ain't gotta. Don't worry about it. You ain't gotta talk. No, you ain't gonna talk nothing crazy about your coach, but just something funny. Give us a little insight.
I'm trying. Dang.
I'll ask this: when you're in the locker room, and we've seen some of those, pregame speeches he makes, or when he bashes the Washington helmet in at halftime. When he does that stuff, and you see it firsthand, are you kind of like taken aback by sometimes by what he says or what he does?
Yeah, we listen to every word that's coming out of his mouth.
Yeah. I got a
Every
question.
word that-
Like,
And
how
I
did?
think I got the answer for y'all.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
This kind is probably not that funny, but there was one day, I guess it was raining, snowing, like in practice. He came to the TV because everybody was like, think we were going indoors or whatever. He came into the TV and like fired up. He like, we going outside because my mom ain't raised no beef. That's how that had went.
You got
I
that
love
dog
it.
in them. I got a question. When you guys played, leading up to the game, when y'all played Michigan, the big house, and everything that went on throughout that week, as far as like just the preparation and the video clip of, Gladiator. That was the Michigan game, right?
Yeah.
Like, and when he called y'all boys to the sideline and told y'all, look, they leaving.
Yeah.
Like, what does that do to you? Like, I'm getting chills right now just thinking of that story and being a part of that, that culture. Like, what does that do to a player? What does that do to a secondary group? When you hear your coach throughout the week basically scripting what is going to happen.
Right. It just goes back to how great of a coach Dan Lannon is. Definitely a player's coach. He just want to play for him, make you want to go out there and work harder. So, and then that whole week, it just had us turned up because I don't know, our teammate Bar, his signature is already thumbs down with the box. So we was lit thumbs down all week.
All right, looks like we got a fan question. Let's bring this fan in to ask a question.
I wanted to find out what video games he's playing and if he's played as himself in NCAA football, EA Sports.
Tysheem,
I'm good at is NCAA and Madden. I ain't been playing a new Madden as much. That's NCAA though. Yeah, I play with myself most of the time.
question off of that. How good is Dylan Gabriel at that? Because it feels like a quarterback should be really good at that game, but I never hear anyone like Trayshawn always said he's the best. Tez said he's the best. I mean, I'm curious, how good is Dylan?
Oh my God. They need to stop saying that. But I never played Dylan, honestly. I don't even know if he played the game.
Probably too busy.
Have the game at the Rose Bowl?
Yeah, we're gonna have it there for sure.
Yeah, y'all don't want to see me on NCAA. I wax all y'all. Yeah, I'll be out there on Monday.
All right, we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you to Prize Picks for sponsoring this episode. Thank you to all the fans who hopped in. Shout out to our producer, Kai, for all of the help behind the scenes trying to make this thing work. I know it wasn't easy. Most of all, thank you, Tysheem, for joining us tonight. I know it's a busy week for you, busy nights. A lot of fun, though. Best of luck next week down in the Rose Bowl. We look to see you down there.
I appreciate it, sir. It was fun being on this podcast with y'all.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. Make sure you hydrate.
No, for sure I will, bro.
All right.
Thank you.